Good morning and welcome back to the garden. Now we've had a few days very hot weather. Today's lovely and overcast and cool, which makes a nice change. And we've had no rain for several weeks now, so the garden is really beginning to struggle. All the plants that I have bottles in, I water those every day with the watering cans. But I haven't really put the sprinklers on yet. I thought we might get away with it and it'll rain, but it hasn't. So a lot of the land is cracked wide open. But when I dig down, it's still pretty moist down there. So we'll leave that, because I do believe there's rain tonight and definitely tomorrow. But they've said that before and it's still dry. So we'll play that by ear. Now, if you remember last year, we moved the strawberries from the fruit cage to this cage. Now these are first year plants after the move, so there's a few strawberries on them. It's not the usual crop we get out of them, but we decided we're going to pick them with you just to show you what we've got. As you can see, the first year plants, there's a few on them, so we'll take what we can. But it'll be another year before they really get going. Now when I was looking, we've actually got a rogue potato here, so I'll try and pull him out. No, it's solid. I'll have to fetch the fork and loosen it. Now when these young plants and old plants at that end, when they're finished cropping, I should use our garden compost, wet them and then put that on top and leave that over winter, so the plants will really get some goodness going into those roots. They're a bit sparse, but they're beautiful tasting. Not that one, not a bird's pooed on that one, we'll leave that one. I'll put it there and we'll throw that away. There's quite a few ready, some not. That one will do for now. It's just a case of lifting them and having a look what's ready and taking them. And the other ones will follow. They'll follow in a day or so, they'll all come ready. I've not had a lot of slug damage on them because I did put coffee grounds right across the whole lot, so it has kept them off a little. So I'll pick what we've got and then I'll come back to you and show you what we have at the end. Now we've just quickly picked over the strawberries. There's quite a few left still coming that aren't quite ripe. We've got a good tray full and we'll have these for tea with some cream, I think. Looking forward to that. But the crop itself, to say it was lifted from over there and planted here, I'm quite pleased that we've got something. I wasn't expecting anything this year, but they've done very well. This side are the later strawberries, and as you can see, they're standing very well. They're a bit dry, but they're standing well. Now we'll nip down to the bottom of the garden and have a look at the garlic and the overwintered onions, and we'll see how they're doing. Perhaps lift a few. Is this year's garlic. I think due to the weather we've had, there's hardly any rust on them at all. There's an odd piece here and there, but they look well, but we need to dig one or two up and have a look. So the best thing to do is start at this end, and then if they're ready I can harvest them all and leave them on top for a while. I'm having to use the steel fork because the ground is so hard, and as you can see it's cracked open. So let's see if we can get one up. There you are, look, there's no grow on, so it's alright. Normally if they're in too long they start growing on again, and these you'll see individual cloves showing, but they're perfectly alright, but you use those first obviously. That's not so bad. Let's have a look, one or two. You see the ground as hard as it is, it's still breaking down well. Let's just take the dirt off. Always leave the dirt on the garden, it's the best way to do it. There you go. That's fine. What I want to do, actually, I've set some Swedes and some kale this morning, and when this land is empty I should prepare it and they can go in here to follow these, so we're not wasting the ground that way. Let's do 4. See how we get on. Now we've had no rain as such for about 5 weeks now, and as you can see down there it's still plenty moist. That's why the plants are still doing well even though the ground's cracked. But that's, you can see the remnants of the compost from up there and the manure in it. That's a good one, look. That's a very good one. So I'll dig one more and then we'll take the lot and show you it done. You see why I'm digging them now, it's a good job we did, because usually you don't lift these till July, which is another fortnight I think. But if you look, they're just beginning to show signs of what we call growing on. So it'll be a good idea if you got some garlic to check it, because of this weather we've had. I think that's had an effect on them. Right, I'll whip these few out now and put them in a line. I don't think it's going to rain today, so I'll leave the line out to dry a bit. This is the garlic we've harvested this year. The ones you're looking at now are the hard necks. With soft necks, they was kept from our own produce last year. I just had one clove left, so I split it to those. We'll have a look at these overwintered onions. The red ones have all gone to seed, but that doesn't mean we'll throw them away. We'll lift one or two. They can still be used if you use them straight away, so we'll just lift those as we use them. The whites are perfectly alright, they want lifting and drying out a little bit, and then they can be used straight away. I'll lift one or two of these reds. As you can see, it's what we call thick-necked, so with them going to seed it thickens the neck up, but they're still usable. Don't throw them. Let's have a look what we got down there. That went to seed, so I've took the seed off, and there's a little bit at the bottom, but that is usable. That's good bottom, so we'll lift 3 and see what they look like. You don't want to lift any more than 3 because they need using sharpish. Yeah, look. That's okay. Cut that off, and there's your little onion. I don't know why they've gone to seed, some do, some don't, but The reds seem to be more or less the only ones that have really gone that way this year. As you can see, there's the one that put the seed head on. It's what you call thick neck. Likewise with the brown or white onion, if you like to call them, one or two, you see that one's got thick stem, that one's got thick stem, and that. So we'll lift those three and add them to the reds for more or less immediate use. I just have to be a bit careful because we don't want to disturb that one too much. There you are, you see, it's still a half decent onion, even though it's had the flower head on it. I'll just pop that down. And where we're going there, this one wants to come out. Oh, it's hard. There you are. That's actually made half a nice little onion. But again, these are overwintered onions, so there's not a huge amount of storage time on them. You'll get maybe 6-8 weeks max, and that'll be it. But they'll just tie you over until the main crop's ready. Now the shallots on this ground this year have been a disaster, as you can see, but you can also see why. Can you see the cracks? Massive cracks with the ground. We had all that cold weather which wouldn't affect these so much, but then we had the dry and the very, very hot, and I think most of them has just given up. Again, we'll just take what we can and still get a usable crop out of them. That's the thing, use what you got. Now we need to pull some rhubarb, so I'll set a wheelbarrow up and we'll get some pull. Now we've got to the rhubarb. I'm just going to pull some. These will be for the freezer, so we've got puddings throughout the winter then. Now they've all come up red because of the heat and the sunshine we've had, which will make a good crop to lift. What I should do, I should pull a few and then we'll cut them and put them in the trunk. That's the best way to do it, because I'm sort of ducking and diving trying to find them. So I'll come back to you in a few moments. Now just a small pile of rhubarb to put through now. I have pulled it and then we'll chop it, and I'll put it down there, put it in there. I always cut my rhubarb about 1 inch away from the leaves there. If you get too close to the leaves, it starts to get a bit bitter. And as nice as that's new rhubarb, reddened in the sun, that'll taste beautiful, lovely and sweet. So I'll just finish these off and then show you the tidying up. Now there's the rhubarb we've just harvested, and we've put it in the wheelbarrow because too many for the trunk today. But as you can see, it's lovely rhubarb. Now as you can see, we've pulled the rhubarb and now you can see all the dead leaves, the broken leaves and everything left. Now I need to go through and clean it. So what I'll do is I'll clean this root up just here, and then this afternoon I'll do that one. It's just a case of getting underneath anything like that. It's no good, look. Because if they've chewed that end, they've definitely chewed the other end. So you go in, just clean out. The rhubarb won't mind, it'll feel better for it. Take them out, all the dead and the yellow leaves, soft stalks, get all those out. If it's laid on the floor, it will never make a decent piece of rhubarb, so it may as well come up. Take the tile up. Take that one around there. Got it. That one's alright. That one's half eaten. Just a case of getting in. Such like as that, look. It's damaged, or this will go yellow and it'll be a mess, so you may as well pull it, all of it. These can come off, that one can stay. These have had it, look. This old flowering stalk, look, it's rotting down now, but if you can cut it off just at ground level or just below, that'll be fine. You see, that's no good no more. That means that there's caterpillars or slugs eating this at night. So if you clear it all out, you have less chance of getting to them. Anything that's on the floor is obviously slug bait. So if we get rid of it, I'll try and see the slugs. Oh, nearly there, just through here now. See, that's absolutely rotten. I'll pull 1 or 2 of these to make room. Another stalk here, like, can you see it? Try and get them off at ground level or just below. You can see it's rotting already, look. This little bit here, do. Now that's how it's best left, nice and clean, the air running through it. And if, as forecasted, we do get a lot of rain tomorrow and we have a good shower, a lot of rain, by the week from now the rhubarb will be massed over again, and then week after that you could actually pick it again. Now, so as you can see what it was like and how it is, I shall finish that later on, but I would like just to pop up to the house and have a cup of tea and a wash. So that will be it for now. I shall see you in a few days, and we'll still be harvesting. We'll be harvesting cucumbers, tomatoes, lettuce, radish. We'll find something. We're bound to have something ready. Take care, everyone. Enjoy the sunshine while I'm enjoying the rain. See you soon. Bye now.